Hello, good morning or good day to everyone. Good morning for those who are in the Philippines. For today, we are going to paint loose lilac. So this is the reference photo. You can see this on the description box, so you can download it or you can check it out. This is from Unsplash, so it's free to use. So this is the reference photo. So I'm going to talk about first how we could plan in painting loose lilacs like this. And then I will run through the materials and the basic strokes and to the final painting. Okay, so this is the reference photo of the lilacs. Okay, so there it we will paint loose. We don't have to copy everything that is on the reference photo, but I will teach you also how to mix perfect purples like that. Okay, or similar. Okay, so this is the painting that I did, like a sample of the loose lilac that I painted. Okay, so there we go. And so this is the shape of the flower. So if you could see the lilac, it has four petals, and it has middle middle part here that is in yellow. So for painting this, I will be using, for loose florals, I will be using silver black velvet brushes. If you like painting loose flowers or florals, I recommend using silver black velvet because it holds a lot of water. Okay, so we will paint this shape of the flower, and then we will also paint the buds as well. So this is it. You can check this reference photo on the description box. I will put this aside. Okay, so this is the painting that I did. Okay, so this is just a sample. All right, so I will teach you how to mix the colors. I am going to use only three colors for this painting. If you are following me, you know that I like painting in limited colors only because it will help us to improve more and explore more. All right, so this is the sample painting that I did for the lilac. I will teach you how to mix the colors for this that is similar to the reference photo. Okay, so let's go to the materials. So the materials that I am using, I have this is Bahong Academy watercolor block. Okay, this is block type. If you are painting a loose sheet, that is fine. This is 100% cotton. If you find harsh watercolor paper is expensive, especially for beginners, you can try this. I recommend this paper for beginners. So this is 100% cotton and also 300 GSM. I'm using 10.2 inches by 7 inches. So it is big enough for this tutorial. I have also a ceramic mixing palette here, my watercolors. I will also use metallic colors today just for the details. I'll show you how to use that, and it will level up your painting. All right, for loose florals, I like using silver black velvet. For this tutorial, I am using the size 6 and size 0 for the details, and size 6. If you like painting loose, you can use cold press and silver black velvet. Okay. I have also my rug here. Also, I have 2 cups of water that I always have every time I paint. Okay. So no sketching is needed for this tutorial. All right. And for those who are here, I would like to encourage you to post your output on my Facebook page, on the events page. You can follow me on Facebook. That is Miss Mrs. B Santiago 21 or Bianca Santiago. You will see Bianca Santiago watercolor and calligraphy. You can you can follow me And you could go to the comment section and you can also put your or post or output there. I would like to see your post and I'm encouraging you to post your post your work. All right, so let's go to the painting. Before that, I would like to show you how to mix the colors. So I am using just three colors. The one for the center, I am going to use the new Gamboge. I have Phthalo blue green shade and Quinacridone Rose. Okay. So the paints that I am using are from Daniel Smith. All right. So I let that sit there first. So this is the mm, this is the painting that I did for example, and I will teach you how to do this. All right. And also I use the combination of the three colors I mentioned earlier for those little branches, okay, that need dark brown. Okay, you can mix different colors using just the three colors. So I am using first the silver black velvet size 6. But before we go to the final painting, I will also show you the how we could do the strokes on another paper. I'm getting my sketch pad here. Okay, this is the sketch pad. If you are using uh, watercolor paper that is not 100% cotton, I'll show you because this is from Canson XL. I made this sketchbook by myself. Okay, so I'm going to mix first. Have here Quinacridone Rose. All right. We will have more Quinacridone Rose. If you are using Daniel Smith or Artist Grade watercolors, a little will go a long way. So be careful in getting getting colors. Okay, there you go. Lilacs are more of red than the blue or purple. So I will get more of Quinacridone Rose here. See that. Okay, there you go. So I have this purple. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is the shade that we would like to have. I think I would like to add more quinacridone rose. Okay, there you go. This is it. This is the shade that we would like to have. A little bit more red. Okay, it's up to you. All right, there you go. There. For the center, I will use the new Gamboge. All right. So I have new Gamboge on my brush. So I will teach you first how to do just the center would be like dots. So I will make this big in my sketchbook here. You can dab your brush on your paper like that. It doesn't have to be on a on a good shape. Okay, like that. Okay, just dab using the tip of your brush. So this will look like if you are using a paper that is not 100% cotton, but I'll show you, of course, how to do it on the 100% cotton. Okay, so I have my purple here. I cleaned my brush. I got my mix of purple. I You could start from inside going out, or you could start outside going in. It's up to you on how you would do it on your comfortable way. So I will start here from the middle. I will press my brush and then slowly lift. I will do another stroke. If you see, I leave a white space at the middle. You can also make another stroke and some lines like that. Okay, there you go. So if you are using a paper that is not 100% cotton, it might leave you hard edges like that. Okay, I will show the basic stroke again. So I will press. You can flick your brush right away. You can go back with a line like that. And there you go. So you can create like lines like this, like thin lines using the tip of your brush. If you're having a hard time in doing thin lines, I suggest you practice it using your brush. Just the tip of your brush will touch the paper. So for the stroke, okay, it's just like we are painting leaf. Like we start from the middle, press and flick your brush. You can do the same thing on the other side, like C stroke. There you go. So always remember that the lilac has four petals only, not five. Okay. If you're having a hard time in making four petals, you could draw very lightly so that you can have just a guideline. Okay. There you go. So this is the basic stroke that we are going to do. So it's the same that we are painting leaf. Okay, I will do it again here. This time I will start from outside. Okay. So it depends on you if you would like to start from inside going out or outside going in. It depends on how on which comfortable stroke that you can paint. Okay. There you go. All right. So for me, it's okay if it bleed. That's fine. If you did not leave some white space like this, what you can do is to add a detail later after it dries. Okay. I will hold my brush near the end because that will help me to paint more loose. Okay. It's supposed to be four petals, but there. Anyway, for the bud, you can have, okay, we will just use the purple. You can have one stroke like that, and then press a little like that. Okay, so that is the shape. And I will do another one here. There you go. So that would be the bud. You could paint from the top going down. Okay, always remember to leave some white space. Okay, once it's dry, for example, you left or you didn't leave some white spaces, but also at the end, we will be also adding some details once it's dry using the tip of your brush. And we can add some lines like this. Very thin lines, okay, like that. So your painting won't look flat. If you're having a hard time with a big brush that you have, you could use a smaller brush like size 2 or size 0. Okay, that's why painting using the tip of your brush or thin lines is essential for painting because at the end, you will add details. Okay, so once it's dry, I can add more of another layer of pur- purple here, or you can also add details. Okay, there you go. So I won't draw anymore on my paper. You can draw if you want to, like where you will place your your flowers. Okay, but for me, I won't draw anymore. But anyway, you can paint loose. I'm adding more color here because I'm running out of paint. Okay, there you go. So more of red than the blue. Okay, there you go. So I will paint using. mm, Okay, I will paint now, and I make sure that my paper is clean. Okay, there you go. All right, so I will start here. Since I have purple on my brush, it's okay if I will start with the petals. So I will hold my brush near the end to help me paint more loose. Okay, we'll start here. Okay, so this now I'm using 100% cotton watercolor paper. Remember to leave some white spaces. You can also, okay, you can also clean your brush or dip your brush a little bit in the water and remove the excess. And then to create light shade of purple, there you go. I know most of people are used to paint near or hold the brush near the brush itself or holding on the ferrule, but try to hold it near the end. Okay, that will help you to paint more loose. All right, if you can see here, this is the shape of my brush. Okay, I will show you that. That's it. That's the shape of my brush when I put a stroke here. Okay. You can add some lines like that. So it's up to you if you would like to paint the center first or the petals itself. There you go. You can also add more paint at the center before adding the center. So when I rinse my brush and I will get the new Gamboge here or the yellow, I will dab my brush using the tip. If you would like, you could also let the watercolor bleed. Let the colors work for you. There you go. So I'm getting new Gamboge, more of it. Okay, there. All right. I have new Gamboge still on my brush and I would still like to use it. So I would like to paint here, just the tip of my brush. On the reference photo, you could see four circles at the center, but if it's up to you if you would like to follow that or you will create your own since this is a painting. So that's it. I just dab my brush just like I made small dots. Okay. Then I will get my purple here mix. I will start from the center and I will let the yellow bleed with the purple. Okay, there you go. Anyway, purple and yellow is a good combination. It's pleasant to the eyes because it's complementary colors. Anyway, I dip my brush into the water a little bit so I can create light color like this. All right, there you go. If you have purple in your watercolor palette, that's fine. But if you don't, actually recommend if you are going to mix your own purples, because it will help you to practice more on color mixing, and also will help you to paint more and learn more about the colors. Okay, you can explore more in painting if you are using just unlimited colors. You will also you will able also to see how many colors that you can get in just unlimited colors. Okay, so that's my flowers. I will add a little bit more here. So this time it's more dark. Okay. It's also good if you have light colors and dark colors, so your painting won't look flat. Okay. So it's just like painting simple leaves. I will dip my brush to the water. Okay. If you paint the petals very closely, it's fine. You can add the center later on. All right. Or I could use this small brush and I will add the center here, and I will let the colors bleed with each other. And if that the center of the flower goes to the petals, it's beautiful to see. Okay, now let's try to paint the buds. Okay, so for the buds, I would like to paint here, this part. Okay, that's it. Just simple lines. If you observe the photos of the lilacs, you would see a lot of buds more than the petals. Okay, and later on, I will mix the three colors together that I have so that we can paint like the branches. I can add more of the petals here. I'm not thinking actually if what I have on my mind is just the shape of the petal, but I'm not thinking where I will put my flowers. Okay, I dip my brush. If if it's too watery and it's dripping, you can remove the excess water like that. If that's too much, you can remove it using that's why I always have my towel here beside me. So here I there is no white spaces here, but later on I will add details on it so it won't look flat. Okay. You can practice holding your brush near the end. If you are not using a 100% cotton paper, what I suggest is you can use a synthetic brush, because synthetic brushes doesn't hold too much of water. And if you are using silver black velvet, it's a mix of squirrel and synthetic. Okay. So I have here new gamboge or yellow. I will put at the middle, the center using my small brush. There you go. So if you would like to paint the center first, you can do that. Okay, I can put it here. I will dab my brush the center here to make small dots, just small dots. Every week I do live tutorials, and I posted a schedule on my community tab and also on my Facebook page. So you could see when I will do my lives, and it will be every other Friday and every other Saturday. There you go. If you're from the Philippines, I open a class for one-on-one Zoom class. It's only for the Philippines. I'm sorry because I cannot be up at the middle of the night to for Zoom classes for other countries. I'm sorry. Okay, but I'm thinking of creating an online course for other people who lives outside of the Philippines. Okay, so these are my lilac, and I will add more of buds. So there you go. Still the same strokes that I am using. All right, but this time it's not four petals that is in just one, and we don't have the center. Okay, so I'm running out. I will add more of my Quinacridone Rose. Okay, and my Phthalo Blue green shade. Okay, there you go. Let's, I will paint more of the buds going down. Later on, I will show you how to add details. You could use the same purple, or you could also add details using metallic colors. If you have metallic paints, that's also nice. It can actually level up your paintings. Okay. I'm not actually thinking where to put my buds, okay, or my flowers. So it's kind of loose and free flow. This is a stress-free painting because first you don't have to draw, you just have to paint and with your brushes do the strokes and just loose. You don't have to think too much. You don't have to you don't have to think of where to put it or if you will need to add shadows. Just we will add some details. Okay, there we go. I think I will add a little bit more of buds here. Okay, there you go. You can dip your brush so that you can add some light colors of your bud, of your petals. There you go. I think I would like to add small of flower here, full flower. Right. I hope if you could paint with me, paint along with me. If not, you can watch now and paint later. Okay. So I'm using a small brush with new Gamboge to add the center here and let the colors bleed. Okay, there you go. You can add as many flowers as you want on your painting and buds. If you will look at the reference photo, it has more of buds than the flowers. If any of you are interested in learning how to paint realistic flowers, please let me know in the comments. You could also send me a message on Facebook. Some people send me message and appreciate that. that they are also learning. Okay, so I think I'm done with my petals. Now I'm, or my flowers, I mean. Now I will mix colors for the branch. If you look at the reference photo, it is dark, so I will use the same color. So I have here my phthalo blue, green shade, my Quinacridone Rose still, and new Gamboge. All right. It is too red, so I'll add a little bit of phthalo blue there, and there you go. It's dark gray and it's fine. So like this branch. Okay, I will going to use the tip of my brush still, not the small brush. But if you are comfortable using the small brush, you could also do that. So in creating the branch, you can press a little bit hard, okay? Just like crooked lines, okay? There you go. Crooked lines like that. Also here. Sometimes it also helps to add details like this on your painting. So it's just nice using the tip of my brush. I'm still holding my brush here, the middle, or you can hold it at the end. Right. The paper that I am using right now and is these brushes. You can see them also on the description box, so you can check it out if you don't have these. If you'd like to try these brushes and this paper, if you're starting painting, I understand if you don't have 100% cotton paper because I know it's expensive, especially the art. But don't worry, you can try this out. This is Bao Hong Academy. All right, there you go. So I add a little bit of thin lines here and there just to show that there are branches of the flowers. Okay, I'm rinsing my brush. Okay, now I can add details on this. Okay, so I can still make a mix of my Quinacridone Rose, phthalo blue. Okay, you could use the tip of your brush or you could use the small brush. So, for example, you have this petal that doesn't have much of white spaces. You can add more details on that using the tip of your brush. Just small lines. Okay, very thin lines. So your painting won't look flat. Or you could use a small brush. I can do it using the size 6, but I'd like to use size 0 because it will create more thin lines. And this time I will pre-wet my metallic paints. If you have paints like, or metallic paints like silver or white or like violet, you can also add them to your painting. It will help you to level up your painting and I'll show you. Okay, so these paints, the metallic paints that I am using, it is from the online, it's handmade watercolors from an online store here in the Philippines. I you can, if you're from the Philippines, you can find them on Shopee and Lazada. But if you're not, I think you can find most of them in Etsy because Etsy has Etsy has stores who are used to sell more of handcrafted materials instead of Amazon. Okay, but if you have like branded metallic paints, you can find them in Amazon. So I use the violet there, and I will add some thin lines here. Okay, here and there. You can also use silver or white. That is best for for the color, for the purple of our lilacs. But for example, if your painting is, or the color that you have is more of yellow, then you could use gold. There you go. So we'll add details on them. I will use silver. If you notice, put I did not mix it on my mixing palette. I just grab it my from my pan because I find it more helpful to get more colors. Okay, there you go. So if you can see the difference of with the details and without the details. And there you go. So without the details, it will look flat, but you can add details and it will level up your paint, especially if you are using a paint, if you are using metallic paint. So here, there, just using the tip of your brush. There you go. I will use white and you can see the difference. Okay, there you go. So I am using white now. So you would see the difference of the white and the silver on the watercolor painting. There you go. All right, let me see. Okay, now I can see there is shine. All right, there you go. So I like adding metallic paint on my painting because it will help to level up my paintings. There you go. So just adding lines, very thin lines. For the center, you could also use gold on them, or you could use also white. But I think not too much. If you have any requests on what what to paint, please add them to the comment section, or you can send me a direct message on Facebook. So I'm using for a little bit lighter. I'm using silver. There you go. All right, here as well because it's light here. All right, so it won't look flat. For the bud, you can also add details or like shadows, like on one side. There you go. I'm using the size 6 brush now. You may also add like another petal here. like on the top, but make sure it's dry. This one is dry. Okay. You could also add some shadows like that so it won't look flat. You could also use the metallic paint here, like this. Lilacs are easy to paint and very relaxing. I find it relaxing. I hope you are relaxed too while watching to paint or painting this. Because it's loose, you don't have to think too much. Okay, there you go. Or you can add, I will add also metallic paints on some of it. There you go. So if you are not using a non-cotton watercolor paper, well, what I suggest is to avoid too much of water. But if you are using 100% cotton, it it's easy to paint loose. There you go. If you have any suggestion on what to paint or would like to see something for fall or Christmas, okay. Here in the Philippines is already we are already celebrating Christmas because it's September and we have long Christmas here in the Philippines. We start celebrating Christmas September. It's September 1 here in the Philippines. Okay, there you go. So that is my lilac. This is my finished painting. I also suggest to if you are comfortable in posting what you're painting, you can tag me also on Instagram or on Facebook. I suggest you can also follow me on Facebook. That is you could see that Bianca Santiago watercolor and calligraphy. You can go to the events page of the lilac, and then you can also put your painting there. That's it. If you have any questions, you can send me a message on Facebook, or you can send me an email, or you can also type your questions and your also suggestions on what to paint next on and do every other Friday and Saturday tutorial. So check out my schedule on on the community tab of my YouTube channel, and also you can see my post on my Facebook page. So you can see what I will paint next. And I hope you can join me next time. I hope you like this painting, and I hope that will help you to relax a bit and learn how to paint using just limited colors. And I'll see you next time. Bye.